It's so great to be here with you all today, and I am going to share a PowerPoint. So here's my book. This is who I am. This is my wonderful husband, who is a drummer in a Grateful Dead tribute band that plays out here, has played the bitter end, things like that. These are my cats, Socrates and Philia. I went to Syracuse University. I completed the Grand Canyon rim to rim in a single day. And that was 23 and a half miles in 15 and a half hours. I've also summited Mount Kilimanjaro in the same year. And I miraculously beat advanced stage 4 non-small cell lung cancer just a couple of years ago. This year in March, I was on the NASDAQ billboard in Times Square as the top motivational speaker, business consultant, and best-selling author from the International Association of Top Professionals. That was super fun. And wait for it, there's more coming after that. I'm a liaison. I started my career in entertainment, working with Hearst Entertainment, names you know, like Popeye and Betty Boop. They also own American Werewolf in London, and they also work with television movies of the week. And that's where I started my career. And then I pivoted to consumer products with names you know, Coty and Revlon, and moved into data mining and MicroStrategy, and am a former certified financial planner. I have more than 30 plus years of strategic planning and business development. And I run Your Book Is Your Hook. I also curate and am the founder of Speak Up Women. And so most people know me as Wonder Woman. If you don't, you should by now. I'm 14 plus years in BNI, and I'm the mentor coordinator of my chapter, and I'm the philanthropy coordinator at Manhattan BNI franchise, and I created the position in global BNI. And this is really who I am. I am a badass, and I am the person who tells my clients that nothing is going to stop them, because that is my belief. These are all the things I have been and love being. And so you can read down the list. I'm not going to read it for you, but I've done a lot. I'm also in all these places and lead in all these places. I've also done a TED Talk. If you want to know more about some of my personal story, you can see my TED Talk called I Survived Prison, which will definitely impress. I'm also an award-winning freelance writer. In 2009, following that stint, I actually was in a 4-page feature spread and co-authored an article with the deputy editor at Marie Claire that won the Silver Eddy Award. When I actually started with my first book, I was an instant #1 international best-selling award-winning author. And it was a little overwhelming. I didn't know that was going to happen. Had a great PR team. And literally the book just took off because it was different. It was something that was in the financial category. It was pink for her. I was one of the first people to actually write a book for her, specifically for her. This was 2005. The only other person who was out there was Susie Orman, yelling at everybody about what they didn't know about their money. And I was this nice looking woman with a cute pink book walking around saying you could do it. Quite the antithesis. These are my clients. This is what they have to say. One of my clients is a Grammy Award-winning co-producer of Fleetwood Mac. Another one of my clients is the chairman and co-founder of Adler and Stackenfeld, the largest boutique real estate firm in New York City with 70 attorneys. This is John Napor. He is actually a CFP by day, and he wrote a 3-book series that was more of nonfiction Christian literature. I was his editor, and I also helped him get his book deal. Plus, I got him a 3-book deal for children's books as well. This is from a literary agent. She's the agent provocateur of the book, Making the Perfect Pitch, How to Catch a Literary Agent's Eye. I am chapter 43 in that book. I am the only person who's not a literary agent in that book. John Robb is the publisher of Suspense Magazine and now also the co-publisher of Suspense Publishing. I've known him for years and years, and we'll see him again at Thriller Fest when I'll be on a panel in June there. And Lane Shifter Bishop is a multi-award-winning Hollywood producer and Emmy award-winning director, and right now is a showrunner for Up TV. So I'm an author. So I have an agent. I am not an agent. So I'm not a literary agent. I am a creative consultant. And I help my clients navigate the sharks in the publishing industry and in Hollywood. Yes, that's me in the cage. And this is who I am. This is basically what you want to refer me for, is writing, editing, marketing, getting published, and getting produced, and all the things that Stephanie said. I've been doing this since 2005 when people saw what I did and came to me and said, I want to do that too. And so I saw that other writers and authors were struggling and asking me for help. And so I wanted to help them. And so these are the writers that I work with. And this is what I help them do. So I work with nonfiction, I work with children's, I work with thriller, romance, fantasy, all the genres except horror, and all the nonfiction, memoir, self-help, pop culture, politics, true crime, all of those things. These are the topics that I work with. I also work beyond the book with film, television, and stage. And so I'm an editor. I'm also an editor with the Editorial Freelancers Association and help people prepare their books. I also offer something to help people get off the ground called the Jumpstart Your Book sessions. These are 2 consulting sessions that actually help people crystallize the book idea that they have into an outline or plot so that they can complete their project. I help people with writing. I'm known for titles and subtitles. I also refer ghostwriters through a ghostwriter matchmaker service for people who don't have time to write their own book. I help with the 5 ways to publish, all 5 ways, with or without a literary agent, self or e-publishing and audio. And I also help with ways to market before, during, and after Amazon bestseller campaigns, #1 hot release on Amazon as well, and marketing strategic platform plans for thought leaders who want to mushroom and become very large empires, as well as helping people get paid as public speakers. I want to help people who actually have something to say. So this is a first case study. I'm going to take you through these very quickly. An LCSW. He came to me. He had a book, a manuscript that he had written, knew a friend of mine who referred me. These are all the things that I did for him, and I got him a literary agent. I helped him get a literary agent who got him a 4-figure advance for his first book, unpublished. Nobody knew who he was. He had no following on social media. I helped him get over 300,000 followers on Facebook now. He's a top speaker at one of the most prestigious industry events for people who work in diabetes. And he actually came to me, and this is what he wanted to do, was carve out a whole area, new area of psychotherapy just for diabetics. And I helped him do that. This is also one of my clients, a debut author. He's a 9-time award-winning debut author. I am his editor, helped him publish his book and advised him on marketing as well. This is a children's book that I worked on in 2022. These ladies are both over 60. The illustrator worked at Disney, and I helped them as their editor. We helped craft their books and produce the files to publish them. And we also guided them through their marketing. As a result of that marketing, they executed 80% of that plan and got their investment back in 7 months and everything they spent on us. Plus, they're award-winning writers and illustrators. These are also clients of mine, a pair who wrote this as professional organizers, both over 60. They formulated their book with me through the Jumpstart Your Book session, did a marketing plan, we edited the book, produced the book, and helped them with a bestseller campaign on Amazon, which they are. Plus, I challenged them, because I also do decks of cards, to create a deck of cards. They are the only deck of cards in the professional organizing space that is time-based. There's only one other deck of cards, and no, it's not by Martha Stewart. They have these, you can go out on Amazon. They're organize your home in 10 minutes at a time. They're awesome. And I also help people who want to take their projects through literary agents. They need a query and a book proposal. I work with Entrepreneur Publishing. The vice president of Entrepreneur Books is oftentimes a trainer in some of my programs. I've also helped, this is someone who was an Amazon bestseller with her self-published books, and she came to me with her book proposal, and her memoir is coming out this fall. I also package film projects. I work with people who are screenwriters or script writers for television. And in March last year, I packaged a film project that's been submitted to Steven Spielberg and Amblin Entertainment, and actually we're following up with that right now. Most people want to hire me for office hours. Office hours are 30 minutes or 60 minutes. And this is where people have a no obligation, where they can come in and ask me questions or talk to me about some particular part of what they're doing. I'm actually the person who people refer to as Dear Abby of publishing, and also the encyclopedia of publishing. And so I pretty much know most definitely what's going on if they don't. I also am a literary agent matchmaker. And so this is a unique service I have where I help people connect with agents and publishers, as well as Hollywood producers and production companies. I do work with ghostwriters. I teach them how to run their business through the mastery program. And I also help freelance writers. People have never written freelance articles before, to help them write them and understand how to work with editors, because they come into my program. I run a writer's room called the Make It Happen Room, where I actually curate every week writers through their projects so they get them done. And I run a workshop, which Stephanie mentioned, that we are in our 11th year this year. I can't believe it. Entrepreneur Magazine has covered the workshop, and you can go to thenextbestseller.com and see the video there. You can also Google the next bestseller idea, entrepreneur, and my name, and you'll see that article. Great referrals for me. Wrapping up, book writers, screenwriters, scriptwriters, playwrights, anybody who wants to write, anybody who's getting rejected, people who want to have author as a title, people who want to be thought leaders in their industry. Also, great professional referrals, publicists, speaker trainers, entertainment attorneys, intellectual property attorneys, anybody in Hollywood. Yes, I love to meet other editors, and I love to meet literary agents and agencies. This is what people say. So if you see something and you hear it, this is me. They're asking for me. This is the best way that you can possibly refer me, is when you hear somebody say one of these things, they actually are saying, hey, I'd love to talk to Jennifer. I bet you she could answer my question, because I can. When someone you know says, I have a book or screenplay, send them to me at Your Book is Your Hook. Thank you.